So many road closures, man. All the time. Hate when people are standing that close to the curb. They'll just fucking walk out, totally like ignorant. Cool. It's crazy that I'm already like on my way home. Like my coworker came in and was like, "Hey man, feel free to go home whenever you want. You can work from home or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, damn, all right, dude, cool." So it's like I came in and now it's like, yeah, well, go home. It's like I only spend like, I don't know, 4 hours in the office and then just head on home, and I'll just stay logged in, I guess, from my kitchen. But it's like, I don't know, there was nothing that I needed to do in the office. Whatever, just enjoy the ride home, I guess. I'm gonna be taking the bike trail, which is different from the way I came in. Both of these videos I'll probably end up uploading at some point today. All I have to do is splice them together, maybe edit out some foul language. But yeah, I mean, aside from it being chilly out, you can't really hate the weather. It's kind of cloudy, but hey, it is what it is. Go from here. I definitely want to get myself an e-bike later on, like maybe next spring, late winter, because to be honest with you, like, it does feel good to like ride on like a scooter or a bicycle to get to work. Even if it's an e-bike, you're still getting exercise. So like, You get to skip the traffic. I mean, you gotta keep you on your toes though, because you got zombies out here. You never know what they're gonna do. They'll just jump out, or people will just take like a unexpected turn or try to take over your lane. But I mean, it's really like just keeping the road awareness to the best of your ability. You always want to know what's going on around you. You know, I don't have any like rear mirrors, but that would be helpful if I did, but haven't really run into too many of those issues, but you never know. This is always like the trickiest intersection for me. You know, there's like utility when it comes to the scooters, there's utility when it comes to the e-bikes. Like, when you have the scooter, it's easier to fold up, throw it in like your trunk of your car, and then just like go somewhere with it. It's easier to like find parking for it. The e-bike, you know, it's a little bit harder because they weigh a lot, so you need like a more specialized. Look, another Tesla just fucking driving like a fucking asshole. They have definitely overtaken the Prius drivers as like douchebags of the road. But yeah, you get like all the different utility out of these things, right? Yeah, got some bumps coming. Ugh. Scumbag. The e-bike, you know, like where it's got its utility is, you know, you kind of seem like you're not accepted in the bike lanes when you're on a scooter. Whereas like on a bike, you know, you get a little bit less stares. You know, this shouldn't be happening, but that's just the way it is out there. So this bike path that goes behind the casino over here, you know, you'll get a good view of it when we head on down it. So we gotta navigate this rather difficult, dangerous area here. They got red, and these guys should be getting a green light now. There they go. When you ride on these, you kind of like see both sides of the story when it comes to like bikes and cars. It's hard to like agree or disagree with some people. Like, I drive too, and I ride this, and I've ridden a bike, and I kind of like see where people are coming from. Like, look at this. I'm not gonna stop, dude? Like, it's crazy. Just total ignorance. But then you get like a lot of bikes, right? They're like, oh, I'm gonna take the whole fucking road. And it's like, hey, can you move to the right a little bit? Because this thing is faster than you on a bike. It takes a little bit longer for me to get up to speed, but once I'm up to speed, I am going faster than you. Nah, they don't give a fuck. So like the onus is on you to kind of like overtake them. And that could be difficult sometimes. Kind of have a love-hate with this area. Ugh. It's a red light. These people are like so totally on fucking drugs. So this is the, I guess they call it, I think they call it this the Harbor Walk. It's the section of Encore. It's actually busier over here than it is at 5 when I usually ride down this way. Seems like a lot of people are just out and about. Yeah, I usually like to go slow in this area. You see ahead, there's like little kids and stuff, so better to go slow and get yourself into a situation. It's also a nice area to just kind of take it in, right? I mean, it's beautiful over here. The scooter I ride on is it's made by Voro Motors. It's called the E-Move Cruiser. When I had a scooter before this one, and it was you could fold it and you could wheel it around like a dolly. It was good, but I think some water got into the electronics, fried it, and I was just like, all right, like I think I should just upgrade this and maybe get something else. So I did some research, found this one. It wasn't like the fastest, but it had like a high amount of range, and I'm a heavier guy, so I was like, all right, the better the range, the can this thing support my weight? And it had all like the right specifications and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, all right, I think I'll go for this. So I ended up buying this one, and I did have an issue with the motor or the controller, which I believe it's just whatever tells the battery to give juice to the motor. It died on me when I was on some gravel road up in Breakheart Reservation in Saugus, Mass. And it sucked. It was like out of commission for a while, but I ended up finding their manufacturer right down in New York. So I took it over there, had them fix it, and there was one day I was driving to work and it was like 50 minutes of traffic, and I was like, this is ridiculous. So the next day I was like, screw that, and I decided, like, let me try this thing out, because originally I got this scooter just so that I could travel between like places in Cambridge easily. I would drive in and then do that. But as things like continued, I was like, screw that, like let me try like riding the scooter, and it takes me like 20 minutes if I decide to go the direct route. It takes me a little bit longer when I go this way, but it's the way to go. I enjoy going this bike path route. This is the Northern Strand Community Trail. It does take maybe a few minutes longer, but you know, you're away from traffic and it's kind of I guess scenic in a way, right? So eventually, like, I will go for an e-bike and do things that way, just because I need to get some more exercise. And yeah, I know people will say like, oh, but it's an e-bike, how you getting exercise? It's like, hey dude, I wouldn't be taking a bike if it wasn't an e-bike, so something is better than nothing. See if I can pass these guys on the left. On your left. Thank you. Let's see. It's a little like nasty bump over here. See if I get around this one too. It's a cute dog. All right, this is where I can kind of kick it up. When I was unemployed for a few months, it sucked that it was the winter, because this would have been like so nice, like just clear your head in the middle of the day, ride on the path. The stares I get. How dare you? There are plenty of signs that say like no motorized vehicles, but that doesn't stop any of the e-bikes from riding over here. So the way I see it, this is micro mobility, am I right? Like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully no one comes on my left side. Wait for this guy to pass. I also like this trail because if you're familiar with this area, you get to ride past the Pantadosi bakery. You just smell the bread. And then, after you pass the Pantadosi bakery, you pass New England coffee, and you just smell fucking fresh coffee. So good. This corner right here is like one of the worst though. You can't tell if anyone's coming for a while. On your left. That bike sounded like shit. See, like, if you're just using the throttle on an e-bike, that's kind of like, all right. I feel like it's there if you just don't feel like doing anything someday, right? Like, you had a long day at work or something. And you're just tired. Sometimes you're just like, I'll just use the throttle today. I don't feel like pedaling. But it's like, the pedal assist is how you actually really can go fast, because a lot of the time the throttle is only limited to a certain speed. Should have crossed when I had the chance. They painted a pretty cool mural over here. Looks pretty cool. All right. Light. Let's go. I don't even know if I feel like continuing on the bike trail. I'm just gonna go on Eastern Ave. Screw it. It's not rush hour, so it's not as bad. Should go through the car wash. Come on, buddy. Man, no one's home. All right.